Hello there, it's Leslie Fightmaster. Welcome to our yoga class today. Well, before I forget, May 21st and 22nd, this is 2016 I'm doing this, I will be in San Jose at the Fit Expo, and you can find me in the Healthy Living Pavilion. So start sitting, let's bring our hands together in front of the heart and take a moment here to set your intention for your practice today. As always, all intentions are welcome. Let's make this for you, just for you. And then sitting up nice and tall, take an inhale, sweep your arms out, around and up. Face your palms toward each other, spin the triceps forward. Exhale, left hand to right knee, right hand behind. Inhale, lengthen. As you exhale, make a twist here. So as you inhale, create some length through the spine. As you exhale, maybe you'll twist a little bit deeper. We're going to do some twisting today. Inhale again, sweeping the arms up, and exhale, left hand behind, right hand to left knee. Sit up tall on the inhale and exhale to twist. So do some twisting. We'll do a little bit of headstanding. Let's come back to center and then exhale, walk yourself forward any amount, or if you feel a good hip stretch sitting up tall, then stay there. Take a long breath, lengthening out through the spine, and then head up, inhale, and now switch the cross of the legs. And again, find that length through the spine. Bring your hands in front, interlace the fingers, exhale, palms face out. Inhale, reach the arms in line with the ears. As you reach up through the arms, try to exhale here and turn to the right, keeping the front ribs in and lifting up through the back ribs. So inhale, lengthens, exhale, twists. Let the shoulder blades relax. Come back to center, inhale, and then exhale, release the hands. Inhale again and bring the arms in front, interlace the fingers, other pinkies on the bottom now. Exhale, palms face out. Inhale, reach the arms up in line with the ears, pull the front ribs in. As you exhale, twist over to the left side. So again, inhale, create your length, exhale, and twist. So we find a little bit of twist in the lower back, more in the middle back, and the most in the upper back. Inhale, center, and exhale, we'll release that. So crossing the shins either way to come forward, onto the hands and knees, wrists under shoulders and knees under hips. Inhale, right arm out to the right. As you exhale, take the right arm under the left, coming onto the right shoulder. Now pull your left hip back so your hips are level. Take the left hand to the low back. You can leave it there or wrap it around and extend it and hook it on the right leg. If you'd like, you can also extend the left leg, but then drop the outer left hip down. So focus on widening across the collarbones. You're making that twist again from above the waist. So we want the hips to stay level in the twist. Take a deep breath. And then exhale, make your way back through center, back to table. Make sure those wrists are under the shoulders again, knees under hips. Then inhale, left arm out. Exhale, sweep it under the right. Pull your right hip back gently. Inhale to create length and exhale to twist. You can keep that right hand on the lower back or reach it to the left thigh, and option to extend the right leg back, toes tucked under. So if you're extending that right leg back, make sure to drop the outer right hip down and pin your left hip in toward center. And then unwind back to center, back to table. And then from here, bring your hands in front of the shoulders, turn the triceps back, the upper outer arms, and lift into downward facing dog. And then for this first one, go ahead and bicycle the legs, bending one knee and the other. Make sure your arms are shoulders distance apart and your feet are hips distance apart. So you can move here into the hips side to side if you like. You can bend both knees, creating length through the spine and then reaching the heels toward the floor. But start to settle into your down dog now. Spread out the fingers, press into the base of the fingers as your forearms lift. And then walk your feet in a little bit. Walk your hands a little closer to the feet. Bring your right hand to the left leg, maybe the ankle if you can reach. Inhale, create length through the spine. Exhale, look underneath the left arm. So another little twist, but try to keep your hips level so the right hip will gently pull back. Keep the low belly lifted and then release. We'll do the other side. Left hand to right leg, anywhere along the leg, maybe the ankle if you can reach. Inhale to turn and look underneath the right armpit. Exhale and twist. Breathing here. And again, try and keep those hips nice and level. So let's come back out of that. Walk the hands all the way back to the feet. Inhale, come halfway up, fingertips on the floor or hands on shins. Bend the knees as needed. Then right hand to left leg again, maybe the ankle if you can reach, right arm up, twist. And then pull that right hip back. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen through the spine. And then back to center. Inhale to create length again. And now let's take your left hand over to the right leg, reaching up. Twisting. And then back to center and walk yourself back to downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward into plank pose. And then exhale, lower down to the belly. Untucking the toes, hands by low ribs. Inhale, cobra. Pull the hands toward the feet. Keep the belly lifted, tailbones reaching to heels, and then lower down. Tuck the toes under, lift the legs up off the floor, press up to plank, or you can keep the knees down, lift the hips, downward dog. Breathing here. And then looking forward, we'll step the feet all the way. Inhale, lengthen, halfway up. Exhale, fold in. Hips over the heels, legs straight if you can. Bend the knees as needed though. Inhale, press through the feet. Reach all the way up, lengthening the spine as you come up. And then exhale to Samastitihi, steady balance. Finding Tadasana here at the front of the mat. Feet together or hips width. Press evenly through the feet. Making sure that you're standing up as tall as you can, and then inhale, bend the knees into Utkatasana, chair pose. Exhale, belly toward thighs, and then straighten the legs, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step back into plank. Chaturanga, shoulders no lower than elbows, knees up or down. Inhale, upward facing dog, and then exhale, downward facing dog. On the inhale, right foot steps, back foot is flat, warrior one. Inhale all the way up. And then exhale, the hands back to the mat. Again, chaturanga, one, exhale. Inhale, press up through the hands and feet. Exhale, back into down dog. Inhale, left foot steps, rise up, one long breath in, warrior one. And then as you exhale, chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, pressing through the hands and feet, open the front of the body. Exhale, downward dog. Breathing here, gaze between the knees or feet. Try and keep your inhales and your exhales equal in length. Take one more long breath, stretching back. Exhale everything out, look up, bend the knees, step or hop your feet up. Inhale, look up, lengthen. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, bend the knees, Utkatasana. Sit back in your imaginary chair and then to Samastitihi. Again, inhale, bend the knees, weight is in the heels. Exhale, fold in, straightening the legs. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, pressing through the hands and feet. Exhale, all the way to down dog. Inhale, right foot. Rise up, Virabhadrasana, one, warrior one. Exhale, lower through chaturanga. Inhale, pressing up, shoulder heads back. Exhale, downward dog. Step the left foot up, back foot is flat. Warrior one, inhale, pulling left hip back. Exhale, back through Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhaling up and exhale all the way back. Again, breathing here for one breath. Exhale and two. Exhale, arms and ears in line. 3. Exhale. 4, big breaths. 5, bend the knees, step or hop your feet up. Take an inhale to lengthen, and then exhale to fold. Bend the knees, drop the hips, inhaling, and exhale to Samasthiti, back to Tadasana. Inhale again, bend the knees, exhale, fold in. As you inhale, come halfway up, and then exhale, Chaturanga, step or float. Inhale, press through your hands and feet. Exhale all the way to down dog. Inhale, step your right foot up, back foot is flat, heel to heel alignment, warrior one. Exhale, Chaturanga, one long breath. Inhale again, upward dog. Exhale, stretch back, downward dog. Inhale, left foot steps, warrior one, pulling left hip back, right hip forward. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Stretching back here, breathing. So again, inhales and exhales equal in length. Every time you make a full exhale, draw your belly in and up. Try to find your calmness with your steadiness and strength. And then looking up, step or hop your feet. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to fold. And then from here, Utkatasana, bend the knees. And exhale back to Tadasana. That was Surya Namaskar B. Nice warm up. Hopefully you're feeling warm. Take just a few breaths here. Just notice the difference in the feeling of your body. More energy moving, more warmth. Then inhale, sweep the arms up, and exhale to fold in. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step or float, Chaturanga. Inhale, pressing through the hands and feet, and exhale all the way to down dog. Inhale, this time lift your right leg up from the inner thigh and then open up the hip. So let that hip open up. You can bend that right knee if you wish. Reach the left heel toward the floor. Bring it back to center. Exhale, knee toward the nose, shoulders over wrist. Draw your thigh in towards your belly and then step it right between the hands, spinning back heel flat. Inhale, warrior two. Make sure that your right knee's over the ankle. Inhale, interlace the hands behind the back and then wrap them around the front thigh. So now you're gazing forward. Instead of gazing to the front of the mat, gaze to the long side of the mat. Widen the collarbones. Keep the shoulder blades relaxing toward the waist. Keep that knee pressing gently toward the pinky toe side of your right foot, the bent knee. And then we'll straighten it, taking the feet to parallel and bringing the hands right to the center of your back. Inhale, open up through the chest. And exhale to Prasarita Padottanasana C, wide-legged forward fold. Also with the shoulder stretch. So if the weight's all on your heels here, try and shift it toward the balls of the feet. If you can do this with straight legs, do the straight legs. Otherwise, if you need a bend, it's okay, bend the knees. Squeeze outer hips, inner thighs. Inhale to come up. Turn the right leg all the way out again. Exhale, warrior two, then lean forward, right forearm to right thigh. Reach your left arm up and over, and then lift your right arm forward. As you lift your right arm forward, bring the bottom ribs gently forward, spin the top ribs gently back. Keep that knee over the ankle. Then inhale back to warrior two and exhale through Chaturanga. Inhaling, upward facing dog, and exhale back into down dog. And stretch back. Left leg up, bend the knee, open up through the hip, stretch your right heel toward the floor. Just get a nice hip stretch. Square off the hips. Exhale, bring your shoulders over your wrist, press away from the floor using the belly muscles to hold you. and then step right in between the hands. Back foot flat, warrior two. Inhale, come up. Check to make sure your left heel is in line with your right arch. Then interlace fingers, other pinky on top. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale, wrap your hands around the back of your waist. Make sure that left knee is over the ankle and right over the middle toes, and gaze toward the long side of your mat. Let's find one gazing point out to the side. Widen across the collarbones. And then inhale, we'll straighten that leg. Bring the hands to the middle of your back. Open the chest, inhale, exhale, and fold Prasarita. Padottanasana, C. Crown of the head's reaching down. It doesn't have to touch, of course. And feel free to bend the knees if you need to. Otherwise, if legs are straight, pull up on the kneecaps, firm the legs all the way up into those hip sockets. And then imagine you're holding a giant beach ball between the inner thighs. Inhale, come on up with a nice long spine. And then release the hands, turning your left leg all the way out. Come to warrior two. And then exhale, lean forward, take left forearm to left thigh, right arm straight up, and then left arm straight forward. Try to bring your bottom ribs gently forward, your top ribs back a little. Make sure the left knee stays over the ankle and right in line with the middle toes. Press through the outer edge of the back foot. Inhale, come on up, and exhale, windmill the arms down. Make your way to down dog any way you like. And go right there, or exhale through chaturanga. And inhale to upward dog. And then exhale, come back into downward dog. Come back to your steady breathing. So if you need a break at any time, take it. Take the knees down, push pause, and take a break. Always, always an option. And let's all come down onto our knees for a moment here. Interlace the fingers, take the forearms onto the floor. Make sure that your elbows do not go wider than your shoulders. And then tuck the toes for dolphin pose. Lift the hips, stretch yourself up and back. So getting a good stretch in the shoulders. Your outer upper arms, triceps are spinning back toward your feet. Inner upper arms, biceps spinning toward the front of the mat. Keep the lower belly lifted and keep lifting the shoulder blades away from the floor. And let's take the knees down, take a little rest in child's pose. Big breaths here. Oh, rest is over. Come on back up. Find the very tip-top crown of your head. Place the crown of your head right onto the floor. Fingers are interlaced and resting in the back of the head. Lift the knees and then press your head away from the floor. Elbows no wider than shoulders. Inhale, let your head come down gently. Exhale, press it away. Again, inhale, crown of the head gently touches down. Exhale, press it away. Inhale, crown of the head down. And exhale, lift it up and press yourself back to dolphin. Bring the head down once again. And exhale, press it away. Take the knees down. And take a little child's pose. So that action of being able to lift your head up off the floor, you're going to want to feel that as you're practicing a headstand, if you decide to practice headstand today. If you have any injuries or high blood pressure, glaucoma, I wouldn't do it. It's not a good idea. Let's come back to dolphin once more, and then inhale, step back into dolphin plank. Your hips and shoulders about in the same line. Lift the backs of the knees up. Pull the belly in strongly. So you're going to need all of these belly muscles and leg muscles if you do decide to go into your headstand. Take a couple breaths here. Make sure elbows don't go wider than the shoulders here either. Just another breath or two. We're almost finished. You can squeeze those legs together if you like. Sometimes that helps. And then walk the feet in and lift the hips up back to dolphin. And a little child's pose to rest. So if you have any neck injuries, any back injuries, if it's your cycle and it's very heavy right now, I would not take a headstand. It's not indicated to go into an inversion with any of those things. If you are going to go in, find a wall near you or a door. Make sure if you're using a door, you can lock it though. And then we'll interlace the fingers. And take your knuckles pretty much all the way up to the wall if you haven't done this very much. If you have, you can keep them a little bit away. Bend the knees. On the very crown of the head, we'll start to bend the knees and lift one leg up toward the wall and then the other. So you can have your legs on the wall. It's totally okay. And flex your ankles. Or you can work on slowly taking them away. But firmly press down on the forearms and lift the shoulders away from the floor so you have less pressure on your head. Think about having about only 30% of the weight on your head, the rest on your arms and your shoulders. And then we'll slowly bring the knees in toward the belly and come on down for a child's pose and rest. So again, finding that steady breathing. So you can do that same thing again if you want to do another headstand. If there's another inversion you'd rather practice, that's always okay too. Or we'll go up again into the headstand. Remember, crown of the head is down, elbows no wider than shoulders. This time we're going to add a twist if you want to. So walk the feet in, bending the knees, taking them up, or you can go up with straight legs. And lifting the legs. If your feet are against the wall, you can flex your ankles. If not, you can kind of do a point flex. You reach to the balls of the feet. Then exhale, start to turn your hips to the right. And then inhale back to center. Keep the belly lifted. Exhale, slowly turning your hips to the left. The torso is going to stay static. Back to center. And then hinging at the hips, bending the knees. Or come down with straight legs, come back into a child's pose. And breathe here, long, smooth breaths. Now take a downward facing dog and we're going to release the head and neck. So just turning the head no and nodding yes. Any other movements that feel good in the head and neck. And now I'm just going to turn myself back around to the front of the mat. You can do the same unless you didn't turn in the first place. For bridge pose, come onto your back. Heels under knees, press down into the heels, lift up into bridge, roll the shoulders under, interlace the fingers, or you can keep the hands flat onto the mat. Chins away from the chest. This is another really good counter pose after you've been working on headstands. And then release, and just let the knees fall in toward each other. You can do another bridge, or if you'd like to take a wheel pose, hands up by the shoulders, come onto the crown of the head for a moment, line up your wrists under your elbows, and then exhale to press up. Now make sure the outer edges of your feet stay parallel, and lengthen out the front of the body, tailbones reaching to backs of knees. And then to come down, chin into chest and lower slowly down and let the knees again knock in toward each other. Let's do one more bridge or a wheel, it's up to you. I'm going to do one more wheel this time. So my elbows I want to keep parallel. Come to the crown of the head, line up the wrists under the elbows and press up. And then stretch out the whole front of the body. So now tailbone's going to reach towards the backs of the knees. My shoulder blades are pushing toward my chest. Just stretch out the front. So my whole chest and torso gets a long stretch. Come down, chin into chest first. Come on down or come down from your bridge, and this time hug your knees into your chest. And just rock a little here, side to side. And then begin to rock back and forth. Couple rocks up and down the spine until you can come up to seated, or you can always roll off to the right and press up. And sit in Dandasana first, and then take your right sole of the foot to the inner left thigh. Inhale, lengthen tall. Exhale, turn toward the straight leg and come forward. So inhale, lengthen once more. Exhale, extend. We want to lead with the chest and get length through the spine. So don't worry if your head comes down to the leg or not. Instead, think about lengthening your belly to your thigh. If your right knee is up high, that bent knee, put a block underneath the thigh. I always recommend having a couple blocks handy and a strap, maybe even a blanket. Inhale, head up. Exhale, release. And then right hand to left leg, left hand behind. It's a little twist. Inhale, lengthen. As you exhale, roll the left shoulder back and twist. Make sure the left toes are pulling back, so left ankle is flexed. Head to center and unwind it. Now, soles of feet together, knees apart, sit up nice and tall on your inhale. Hinge from the hips forward on the exhale. So same thing here, trying not to round the back. We're going to hinge from the hips to come forward. Let the shoulder blades release a little bit. And long breaths. And then inhale, come on up. Now we'll straighten out your right leg. Keep the left knee bent. Inhale, both arms reach up. Exhale, turn toward the straight leg gently and come forward. Lengthen as you inhale. Exhale, extend. So it never matters how deeply you get into your stretch. If you feel a stretch in the posture is working. So never worry about it if you're not in deeply. Use a strap if you like. You can wrap it right around that foot and hold on to the strap instead of holding the leg or the foot. But keep the length in the spine. Inhale is head up. Exhale to release. Left arm up, inhale. Exhale, take it to the outside of the right leg, to the outside of the foot or the shin. Right hand's behind. Lengthen, inhale. As you exhale, just roll that right shoulder open any amount, looking in that direction. Let's take another breath here. And then head to center, inhale, and unwind, exhale. Soles of feet together again, but this time bring your feet forward. As you exhale, we will round down this time. So your head's moving toward your feet. The back is a little bit rounded. You might feel a nicer stretch in your lower back after your back bends, but take long, smooth breaths here. So in your mind, inhale for the count of 4 and exhale for the count of 4. And then come on up. And we'll make our way onto our backs, finding Shavasana pose. So today I felt comfortable taking soles of feet together, knees apart. So I'm going to stay in this position. You're welcome to extend the legs out, letting the feet flap open. And arms by your sides, palms faced up. Whatever position you take, just be sure to completely surrender into it. Relax, just natural breathing. Let everything be heavy. I'll be back in just a moment. As you're resting here, I have a little poem from Mary Oliver. When it's over, I want to say, all my life I was a bride married to amazement. I was the bridegroom taking the world into my arms. When it is over, I don't want to wonder if I have made of my life something particular and real. I don't want to find myself sighing and frightened or full of argument. I don't want to end up simply having visited this world. I don't want to end up simply having visited this world. Make some little movements in your fingers and your toes. If your knees were apart, take them together. Straighten out the legs. Reach your arms overhead for a long stretch. And now bend your knees and roll yourself off to your right side, pausing a moment here. And then slowly, as you're ready, make your way up to seated. Sitting up nice and tall, let's bring our hands together in front of the heart, palms touch. Hands to our forehead, reminding us to have clear and loving thoughts. Hands to heart to remind us to have clear and loving intentions. And then hands to the mouth, reminding us to have clear and loving communications, sending out wonderful energy to all beings everywhere. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining our practice today. So again, I'm going to be in San Jose, May 21st to the 22nd at the Fit Expo. You can find me in the Healthy Living Pavilion around 12:30 or 1 o'clock. And also a nice donation class at Live Lotus on the 20th.